Hello and welcome back to Subsistence. This is day 7. We have food, we have vegetables. I need to top up some water. We have a lot of wood, which is encouraging. Plenty of shotgun shells and some arrows. That is really good news. We are also generating power and mass. Last time around we managed to craft this. And I want to portion off 18 of these. Leave those in here and let that start working on getting us some refined iron. So I'm wondering if we might need a little bit more power before we can turn it on, because it is going to trip off on its own, unfortunately. Okay, while we're here, water's okay. Yeah, we're good for water in the plant bed, so let's head down. We'll top up water, grab a bit of wood, and then we've got to decide on which direction we want to head today. So we have a deer, and we've got a crate down here nice and early. Let's grab this. Alright, some ammo casings, that's pretty good. And what I'd like to do is try and get some kelp. Because last time around we did get some medicinal tonic. And that is going to be really good if we want to make an antidote. But we're going to need 5 kelp and a liver. So I'm going to try, if we can, to get the 5 kelp. Which is not looking too promising at the moment. And then we can try and kill a wolf and see if we're lucky enough to get a liver. And then we'll make our antidote. Alright, we've got one over here I missed. We've got a bear on the beach over there. And there is... there's 2 here. There is also a pearl. So let's jump back up. There's one closer to the beach. Pretty close to the bear. Let's see if we can get that in a second. And let me get my pick. We do not want to have the bear coming into the water here with us. So that's one of the targets today, and we'll start our refinery operation. Is he walking away? Not really. I think this might be too close. This kelp here. Let's see if we can get it though. You can see that hit point bar. You're usually too close. We'll swim back underwater and see if we can avoid detection. Alright, we got away with that. Right, we need 2 more and then we've got to try and find a wolf that's going to give us a liver. And there should be plenty of them around. We just need to find the lucky victim. There's one over there. I'm grabbing these pearls while I can get them. So how many do we have? We have 3. Let's see if we can get another couple. We should be able to get 5 from this area quite easily. Although it doesn't seem to be cooperating, honestly. Alright, well, let's get this pearl if we can. We're going to need all of these for when we start making electrical boards. Oh my god, they're so expensive. We're a long ways off that, but if we start collecting those pearls now, it will just make everything a lot easier. Yeah, going to take a bit of damage there. Alright, let's have something to eat. Eat that berry. Yeah, we've lost a bit of health there, but we should regain that. We can always go and sit by the fire for a little bit. There's another pearl in the middle. I'm going to get that as well, just while we're looking for these kelp. There's another kelp, and one below me, I think, as well. Did I spot that correctly? Yeah, there's one there, and there's one further along. I think that's our 5. Let's not get injured again. Yes, we've got 4 there. And you can see, look how quickly they're starting to degrade. It's crazy. Okay, we're get this. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to get an extra one to be sure. And I'm definitely getting this pearl while we're in the water. Maybe that crate across on the beach there. So a little bit of swimming for today. And where was the kelp? Over here. Alright, that's looking good. Right, let's see if we can get this. Oh, there's another one here. Let's go for it. Okay, plenty of kelp. Let's get this crate. And the rabbit, probably, actually. Not with the shotgun, no. Ah, there's a bear. We might not be able to get this crate. It's kind of awkward. Yeah, this is tricky. Let's crouch somewhere. Is it C to crouch? Couldn't crouch in the water there. Okay, that's pretty nice. There was a rabbit as well, wasn't there? Let's sneak around here. Where did you go? Did you run? Did I disturb you already? Ah, there you are. Okay. Jump straight up when you've shot it and then run and get it because there will be an eagle swooping down at some point. We'll definitely run into it at some point. All right, I'm going to get this crate, go back across the water. We'll go back towards that wolf that's just over there. And hopefully we'll be able to get a liver. Okay. Grab the wood. I'm going to leave the fibres for the moment. And any ore that might be on the rocks here. We're on a mission. And then we can always do other things afterwards. Let's just try and get this antidote. I'm going to need a lot of scrap, by the way. That's maybe iron, is it? Yeah, I do need iron. Let's get this. Okay, so, wolf. And I did leave the antidote in the crate, which is a bit of a mistake. Perhaps I should have brought that with me. But anyway, it's fine. We'll make it work. Alright, we are in really good condition right now. Let's just find a wolf and see if we're lucky. Make sure it's loaded. This is going to be the first use of our shotgun in this playthrough. I can't believe this has been 8 series of Subsistence since we started playing the game, what, in I don't know, it feels like 2017, is that right? 2016, 2017. Long time playing Subsistence. Alright, so we've got a wolf down here. And he's actually in the way for us to get back up on our base anyway, so it's a good candidate. Level 2 as well. Don't know if there's any better chance to get a liver from a level 2 wolf rather than a level 1 or a level 3. I don't know. Yeah, why don't you come over here, fella? Making lots of noise. I'm moving around and everything. Yeah, come here. Okay, so it's an unupgraded shotgun. Really want to chop that wood there. Right, let's see. Are we going to be lucky? Yes, we got a liver first try. Okay, let's go and wash our hands. And we'll run this back up to the base. Grab the medicinal tonic. And make our first antidote. And that is awesome. Yeah, wash hands to prevent infection. Thank you, game. Hey, an arrow. That is good. Pretty good start. That's the first thing checked off our list. We'll have a look at what Aramas is doing right now. Oh, I want to get this ore. May as well keep getting this while we can. Yeah, so what is power and mass doing, and can we start? Right, we've got this here. Medicinal tonic. You need that in order to make this stuff. Antidote. We need 5 kelp and 1 liver. I'm going to press craft. This is fat, which we'll store in here for the moment. And when we've got 20 of those, we'll drop those into the wood burner and we will start making our own biofuel. Oh, and one thing that someone, and I've forgotten your name, I'm so sorry. Someone commented on the last video to remind me, because I'd completely forgotten. You can make a splint, which is something we want to carry around with us, by dragging a cloth onto a stick. So let's see how this works. Craft splint. It's a cheaper way of doing it. So in here, where am I looking? Actually in the wrong menu here. In here, a splint costs normally 1 bandage, 1 stick, but this is a quick and cheap way of doing it, and I'd completely forgotten about it. Craft splint, 1 stick, 1 cloth. So we'll keep that with us. So thank you to that commenter. That is such a useful tip. I'd completely forgotten that. That saved us a few resources there. Well, that is awesome. Right, how are we doing for power and mass? I think we can afford to turn this on now. 261 power, 56 mass, and we want this to be kicking out refined iron for us so that we can craft another lockpick. And can we make any more ammo? I think we can. Make another shotgun shell. We'll put the cloth away in here. Keep the antidote. I might carry the antidote with me, just in case we get infected on the run. Not like we're going to be picking up an awful lot of loot right now. And we've got our water. We can drop one of those in the plant bed if we wish. We can definitely drop the ash in there. Yeah, let's drop one in the plant bed. We've got one with us to fill ourselves up with. And we'll fill this up with dirty water and bring it back for the plants as well. These are going to go off. Can you see how quickly they're degrading? So I'm just going to eat them now. And we'll have a rabbit as well. You're kicking away. That's our first bit of refined iron fragments. That is awesome. Is there anything else we'd like to try and get done today? I mean, we could concentrate on making a bed, which would be five cloth, sorry. Or we could try and working on our pants upgrade, which I think would be a good idea. We're going to need 6 cloth. We've got 3. So we'll kill a few more rabbits and see if we can get that to happen. I'm enjoying hunting rabbits, to be fair. Another comment, very astute comment that I had as well on the last video, thank you for this, was you asked the question about where are my hunters, and you know, I was musing on where they could have spawned in, and I completely forgot I can just open the map and have a look at night time, and that'll show me exactly where they are. So a bit later on we'll have a look on the map and see if we can see where they are. But it's a little bit more difficult to see during the day. So we'll leave it till later on. So I'm going to do the usual thing. We'll get some grub trees. We'll pick up a bit of fibre. I'm really looking for crates today. We've got our antidote. We know we're working towards trying to get some more clothing. That'd be awesome. Or some improved clothing. It really is going to help us out. Our iron is refining. Once that's done, the BCU will continue to build the power and mass that we need to make the lockpick. And we need to find a little bit of scrap, because each lockpick takes a bunch of scrap and some planks, which we should make, by the way, while we're running around. But if we can get some lovely little rabbits, we'll get our clothing upgrade done today. And I think that's a really good thing to aim for in these early runs, because it gives you that little bit of extra protection when you're fighting as well as protection from the cold. So well worth it in my opinion. Just looking around, seeing if I see any rabbits or any hunters for that matter anywhere. Now one of the days we will gear up and go fishing and see if we can get ourselves some more of the fish oil to make medicinal tonic. Rather than relying on the lock crates to start with, maybe we'll do a little bit of fishing to help that along. I'm half expecting the hunters to be somewhere around here, so... there's a crate, let's go back for that. Want to get as many crates as we can. That's nice, bit of scrap. Oh, I forgot to fill the water up. I must remember to do that later. Now, there are some more crates over there. Let's go and get those, or at least one. I think I see another crate or something up there. A board, that's awesome. There is definitely some scrap here. I'm hearing an animal. What did I see over this way? What was dark? Okay, well there's a wolf. I think it really was just a shadow I saw. Yeah, we got a wolf there. And another question I had on the last video was, why are you concentrating so much on fibre now? Well, we need fibre for everything. Early game, it's very important for crafting, lots of things, never mind building. So we need a lot of that stuff. It goes very, very quickly. The recipes are slightly more expensive now. So I think as much of that as you can craft and keep in stock, the better. Early game for sure. So yeah, we've got a bit of wood here. Got that wolf. What time is it? Yeah, we're losing the light. We did start a little later today because we overran a little bit in the last one. That's fine. Did I see a campfire? Maybe. So later on when it's dark, we will also see about trying to figure out where those hunters have built their first base. Going for this chicken. We're going to need lots of feathers for the clothing as well as for more arrows. Let's see if we can find a nice little run of crates somewhere, or at least scrap. I'm not seeing anything so far, nor fruits or vegetables actually. There's a berry. Thank you, game. Just need to look a little closer. There should be another 2 around here somewhere. Well, we'll stumble on them, I'm sure. Feels good to have gotten the antidote out of the way. That is a relief. There is some scrap. We'll go for that. Got a wolf over there on the left. Let's see what else we've got going on around here. They're further over. But nothing in this little area here. We just need some crates to populate and go and gather, but there's nothing really. Bit of potassium on the rock here. You can refine that and use that for fertilizer in the garden, but to me it feels like a lot of work just for a bit of fertilizer. But you can also use that to craft gunpowder. Together with ash, I think. Not something I've ever really bothered with. Okay, so what time would we say it is? It's possibly like 3 in the afternoon, maybe? Feels like. We could be getting... Ah, there was a rabbit. Where did the rabbit go? Oh, there's a crate here, which is good. Is that a crate? No, is that a... That's a log. Shooting. Okay. Shooting that way. So past or rock, maybe? Kind of interesting. Wonder if we can pick up the trail. Yeah, definitely that way. Wonder if we can pick up the trail of that rabbit. I'd like to get another cloth. Where did it go? They're very fast. It's incredibly difficult to see them in this area with all of the grass. But it's a beautiful area to come and loot. Very scenic. Okay, we've got a wolf there. Let's go back this way. So I wonder if one of the hunters is along the fence line, maybe? We could have had a look at the map, of course. On the off chance that we might be able to see a fire. But it's much easier at night. There you are, you little bugger. Come back. Let's see where he goes. He was coming back to his little area. Is that you creeping towards me here? Yes. Couldn't really see it, but I was banking on hitting it from the hit point bar, so that worked out well. Okay, well, we'll stay this side. I'm going to get some more fibre. We've gathered some planks, or some wood. Speaking of planks, we should probably make some more. Oh, one of my food's gone off, so let's eat. Now, I must remember we need to get water before we head in, so I don't want to have to run back up onto the rock in a panic at the end of the day when it's getting dark, when I need to go down to the water's edge for water. So let's make a bit of a move to get back to the water as soon as we can here. And we'll fill up our canteens and then we know we're good. We can always look around on the beach before we head back up. We're not really too far away from home, but with that sound of fighting being so close, I don't want to run into anyone. Okay, I'm just keeping an eye out. So here's a rock, here's a bear. Bear looks unbothered, so I think we're good to run through here. There is a crate. I think we can grab you. Didn't find too much today, but I'm not too sad. There's another plank. Yeah, let's go and get our water. Just checking everywhere. So what have we got for food tonight? Just 2 food. Okay. Could go left up to the pond and get water there. The beach was pretty good to us earlier. Okay. Thought I saw something in the distance there. Right, let's see. Hey, we're right outside the base here. Plenty of time. We should find some small animals nearby. Just as the day's ending, I would hope. Let's see. How are things looking on the beach? Still quiet? Yeah, pretty quiet. Not much going on. Right, well, let's get these. Let's fill up water. We can drink that and fill. Not really anything for us to hunt, apart from possibly take out a wolf with another shell. We could do that. Okay, definitely losing the light. Let's just look a little bit this way. It really did sound like the shooting was coming from here. Where the hell was that rabbit? Did it go up here? Did I see movement this way? There's a crate here. Don't think I see a rabbit. There's some scrap as well. Oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, I don't know where the rabbit went, sadly. Could have gone in the other direction for all I know, really. One more cloth would be kind of cool. Where are you, rabbit? Oh, I saw a hit point bar then. What did I see? There's a bear there for sure. One rabbit, that's all we need, I think. We've got a couple in the box, possibly, but I don't think we've got the 6 we need for our clothing. It's going to be a pretty easy craft in the morning when we get our next rabbit, I would think. Let's get back up onto the base, I guess. It's getting a little too dark now. Oh, that literally does pop in. I don't think I missed it before. Alright. Okay, let's get back up on the base. We need to top up the fire. I think it'll be fine though. And let's see how much iron we have refined. Whether we can make a lockpick and make a good stab at getting a lock crate tomorrow. Let's get that going first. How are we doing? 152. 18. That is awesome. So for the lockpick, we need 500. So we're going to have to wait for the power to build back up. But we've got everything else we need. That is really good. Yeah, we're a couple short on our target for the cloth, definitely. That's all good. We've got 11 planks today. That's really, really awesome. We have another rotten meat, which is, I'm not too worried about that. We're going to need rotten meat. And let's feed the garden. And probably drop a water in there because we're good for water right now. We need a bit more fertilizer. Do we not? We do have some, okay. This is going to go so quickly. Let's split half and ration it a little bit. Alright, we're good. And we've got some more iron there. We should portion off another 18, although I'm not going to start refining it right now because we need, of course, the power to build back up. So we'll turn it off. We'll pop that in there. And we're working on building this power level up to 500. We've got our food. And we are set for the next day. Oh, we've got some other stuff to put away here. So, let's move that there. We've got 18 of this. Do we want to make maybe a couple of sticks? Let's get the other ingredients we need for the lockpick. There we go. So that's what we need to craft the lockpick. We will make a couple more arrows because we are still loving using this bow. And we need to make maybe one more set, I reckon. Make a few more planks. Be lovely to do a little bit more building as well. I'll keep the wood. What have we got down there? Level 3. That's probably a wolf, I reckon. Oh, we've got a campfire. Excellent. Yeah, we can have a look at the map now. Now that could be a rogue camp, but we'll have a look at the map because that will tell us. We'll be able to see. Oh, we've not uncovered it. That's such a shame. Here it is, right under. Can you see? Let me turn these lines off. Here it is. Oh, they're firing. Somebody is firing here. Did you see the flash? The muzzle flash? So they could have built here opposite this pond. That could be our first hunter camp. Now what is interesting, I'm just going to keep watching this just for a little while. I want to see what colour the glow stick is that he uses. If it's blue, it is definitely a base camp. If it is green, then it will be rogues. He might have died. But interestingly, I'm not seeing any more campfires, so I would think that's probably our first hunter base. And that's actually not a bad location. Based on that, I would say we'll see one possibly over here. And we'll see the fortress possibly over by the waterfall. Maybe up here even. No, right over here. You know, even further possibly. Because they normally build, you know, up here and where the waterfall is, up on the stream somewhere. They could be even further over that way. I'm still waiting to see a glow stick light. I am not seeing one. I reckon there's a dead hunter here somewhere. Yeah, this is interesting because if you remember, we were theorizing about placing the BCU and the fact that hunters spawn in an arc. So we would expect to see something over here, and we would expect to see something there and something over there, rather than anything over this way. And I'm pretty happy if that turns out to be the case. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, let me check. 257. Yeah, that's going to be a while till we can make the next lockpick, but I think it's quite important. In the meantime, we need to decide what to go for next. We need 5 cloth, 10 feathers and 6 scrap and 500 power if we want to make a bed. We don't actually have a lot of room here. Could craft up another platform. Probably put a curved one here. Let's make a curved platform. And we'll add that on the end here. And then we'll probably build out this way. I see this bit of ore. The light is starting to come in. But as you can see, we've stepped away from the fire and we are cold. Very cold. We're going to need vegetables. The only vegetable I have is my berry water, which we can use. Anyway, let's make another set of arrows here. And we've got that in there, which I think I will just put in the fire. We'll top this up. I don't want to really carry all of this wood around with me. Let's split maybe that much away. We'll keep plenty back at base. Well, we're on to the new date. So I think this is where we'll leave this one for today so we can get a good early start tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, take care and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.